Successful separation begins right now. We have the answers to the questions you did not even think to ask. Let's face it, you're already successful in your career, and we're here to help expand your knowledge and limit your costs by designing a strategy for your divorce. We take all that business knowledge you've acquired and we put it to work. With proven strategies, systems and processes, we've saved our clients tens of thousands in legal fees and helped define their future. And now we're doing the unthinkable. We're revealing the secrets the lawyers have tried to hide and giving you our formula for 5 steps to a seamless divorce. We're changing the world one divorce at a time, so stay tuned. Hi there and welcome back to this week's podcast. Today I want to talk about something that a lot of people don't understand. And the reason they don't understand is it's really, really hard to come to terms with. Now, if you're the sort of person that's going through a relationship breakup and has been treated poorly, that could be via financial abuse, even physical abuse, emotional abuse, you've been cheated on, your partner's gambled away everything, all of your assets. Who knows? There's so many appalling things that happen day in, day out there to beautiful people. But if you're thinking the court is going to help you, I hate to tell you this, but you're going to be disappointed. And every day someone will tell me a heartbreaking story about how they've been treated or how they've been controlled, what they've been prevented from doing in their life, and they think they're going to get their moment of glory where the court is going to use the appalling things that have happened to them to protect them. And this is what is so wrong with the system, unfortunately. The court doesn't care. The lawyers, they do their best. A lot of the lawyers that I work with, I mean, they're very, very compassionate and they'd love to be able to do something to help someone out, to get them a greater proportion of the financial pie or give them that outcome that they really want and strive for. But it just doesn't work like that. And if you're coming into the situation where you think because you've been poorly treated, you're going to get a greater split of the assets, I don't want you to be let down. I want you to be prepared. Now, especially here in Australia, where we have no-fault divorce, and there's many, many countries now around the world that are the same, and some states in America who are moving more along this term as well. But just because you think you're going to get the chance to air your dirty laundry in front of a judge or with some lawyers, if you think that's going to make you feel better and it's going to get you more than you legally deserve, unfortunately, the way the legal system is structured, all the judge is worried about, or the lawyers are worried about, is who's going to get the couch and when am I going to see the kids, or when is my client going to see the kids. They don't care about you not being able or not being given money throughout your relationship. They don't care that possibly decisions have been made that weren't the decisions that you wanted to make, but you followed suit just to be, let's say, the team player in the relationship. They don't care whether an affair has happened and you're heartbroken. And it's so awful to watch when someone thinks that they're going to get more because they've been treated unfairly. But the court just doesn't care. They care about who earns what. They care about who brought what into the relationship. They care about future needs. They care about the kids. And there's a few other things that they care about. But unfortunately, being complicit in a relationship And I use that word complicit because maybe you've never felt that you were, but you find now looking back that you're angry at yourself because you allowed things to happen, which in hindsight, you should have stood up. You should have said no. And unfortunately, that's what the court looks at. They look at the fact that there's two individuals in a relationship, and at any time someone could have said, no, I'm out of here, or could have said no. But you and I know that that's not what it's like. When you're in a relationship, it doesn't work like that. If you've got someone that's a bully, or someone that's narcissistic, someone that's heavy-handed, you're just going to do what you're told just to keep the peace. I don't want you to think that you're not entitled to more than possibly you are. I mean, we've all got to make sure that we get the proper and appropriate legal advice. It's critical to make sure that you have a clear understanding from your legal professional what you are actually entitled to. But I just don't want you to get hurt and heartbroken when you think you're going to get a greater share, or you're going to get an outcome, or you're going to get your day of reckoning, and it doesn't happen. I've sat there in legal meetings before and I've seen lawyers say, sorry, I can't do anything about that. Sorry, I can't help you with that. And clients just get really emotional and upset because they've thought that I've got the strength, I've found the strength to finally stand up and move on and get out of this relationship, and it means nothing. It means nothing. The act of betrayal that you and everyone you know was shocked and appalled by, the court doesn't care. The court doesn't care about the acts of abuse or the addiction or, the gambling or the drinking. They don't care. Ultimately, the court is just there to help divvy up the property, help you with your financial agreement and the kids. So if you think that this is going to be the end of it and you're going to feel better, you're probably not. And the answer's probably going to lie in a lot of counselling and therapy, because you've got to be able to find a way to work through these feelings. And fairness is such an important thing for many of us in society, because fairness is what we think makes the world go round. It's what makes it a better place. If I live via fairness, shouldn't the other person that I'm in a relationship live by that same criteria? And unfortunately, I've learned through doing this over and over again that it just doesn't work that way. So this is only a really quick podcast today. It's a sharp one and it can hurt some of you, but I'm sorry. I just want you to be aware. If you go into thinking that you are entitled to more because how you've been treated, how you've been forced to do things, to buy properties, to live in places, to own cars, to not do what you wanted throughout your relationship, and you're going to be somehow remunerated for that or get a greater split. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, and it's sad. All right, my friends, I will talk to you next week. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to the Divorce Angel podcast. Go behind the scenes of my business to learn the secrets no one else will share. Deep dive into the Divorce Angel process and listen to our most popular episodes over at tanyasummerton.com. If you love this episode of the podcast, do me a favour and head over to iTunes and subscribe and leave a review so we can reach more people and change more lives. That's all for now, and I'll catch up with you next week.